Labour ministers really want to talk about Brexit. I'm a politics and economics reporter, and I have just got back from a conference with the business secretary, Peter Kyle. I had a short interview with him, and some of his answers really surprised me. I asked him twice about whether the case for rejoining the European Union's customs union was stronger given all the trade disruption we're seeing in the Middle East and with President Trump's tariffs. And on both occasions, he refused to say explicitly that Britain would not join the customs union. The customs union is essentially one of the most important economic components of the European Union. It ensures that there is free trade between members and that the whole bloc works as one in trade negotiations with other countries. Since Britain left the European Union in January 2020, we have signed trade deals with India as well as with the US last year. There is a huge debate in economic policy going on whether the government should push to rejoin the customs union or on whether Britain should just stay out of it all, find international trade deals itself, and create rules that are more pro-growth than the European Union, which is often criticised for being over-scrupulous and anti-growth. In the 20 months or so that Labour has been in power, ministers have repeatedly said that there are red lines over ties with the EU. For instance, we will not have freedom of movement. We will not rejoin the customs union. I found it quite remarkable that Peter Kyle told me, and I quote, that continental Europe should be coming together to seize opportunities for growth. In the Labour government's Brexit reset so far, it is looking at areas such as food standards and joining up energy markets. But the business secretary went on to list a whole number of other areas that should be up for negotiations: health tech, clean energy, drones, areas of the UK economy he said were not part of the national debate on Brexit in 2016. I think the most interesting part of our conversations was when he said we should simply have a forward-facing argument for closer ties with the EU and, quote, he doesn't want to get bogged down by the types of institutional relationships. Just last week, Chancellor Rachel Reeves said that she worried that a changed picture on globalisation in this decade meant Britain was at risk of being stranded between powerful economic trading blocs such as North America, Europe and Asia. She talked up the government's ambitions to seek greater access to European markets, but still insisted on those red lines on the principles of trade. So I'm sorry if you left Brexit to 2016, because I think Labour officials genuinely believe that more trade with the EU will improve living standards, while clearly some even think that a return could keep them in power after the next general election.